and welcome. The stage is set for a major political battle in the parliament as the controversial Waqf bill is set to be tabled in the Lok Sabha tomorrow. While the BJP-led NDA is confident of its numbers, key allies like TDP and JDU will play a crucial role in determining the bill's fate and are backing the bill. The opposition India bloc has vowed to block the bill, accusing the BJP of bulldozing its agenda and trying to take control. So far, an 8-hour discussion has been planned, though the opposition wants more time.
Before the committee that tomorrow on 2nd April, we are bringing the Waqf Amendment Bill. Some of the members wanted 4 hours, some members wanted 6 hours, the opposition parties wanted 12 hours. So finally, there was an agreement that the total time to be allocated for discussion on Waqf Amendment Bill would be 8 hours. If some political parties are trying to create some excuse so that they can run away from the discussion, that would be unfortunate, because the nation wants to listen the points raised by various political parties.
India Alliance parties and all, along with other like-minded parties, on the introduction stage itself is opposing the anti-constitutional provisions of Waqf Bill. Waqf Bill, Amendment Bill, basically it is a targeted legislation and it is fundamentally against the constitutional provisions. We cannot support the provisions against the constitution. All the parties who attended the meeting, all the parties of India Alliance attended the meeting, and some more like-minded party will also be there tomorrow. We will also strongly oppose the provisions. Along with the India Alliance, we are requesting the like-minded parties also, because this is a clear-cut violation on Constitution. The people who believe in the Constitution definitely will vote against this.
Going to be opposition strategy as far as Waqf Amendment Bill 2025 tomorrow?
Because we have already taken a political position to oppose the bill. Even at the time of introduction of the bill, we have opposed the bill. Even at the time of the introduction, constitutionally, it is not fair on the part of the government to bringing such a bill. And now an amended bill is coming on the recommendations of the Joint Parliamentary Committee report. We don't see any material changes in the bill. More or less same bill. Only some cosmetic changes are there. So the India meeting unanimously decided to actively participate in the discussion of the bill and to vote against the bill, and strong opposition will be there in passing the bill tomorrow.
Sir, the Kerala bishops have stated that they are going to support this bill, and they also appeal that most of the political parties should come in support. How do you respond to that?
No, this is unanimous decision of the India Alliance, led by all the political parties were present. The entire political parties were of the same opinion, unanimous opinion to oppose the bill.
Well, the BSC of the Lok Sabha met this afternoon and decided that there would be 8 hours of discussion on the Waqf Amendment Bill 2025 that would be introduced tomorrow in the Lok Sabha by Union Minority Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju. And 8 hours time had been allotted. Several key speakers would be named by different political parties. And it was in the evening when opposition parties held a separate meeting in which they have decided not to walk out from the entire discussion, rather to take part and be in the Lok Sabha while the entire discussion will be taking place, and to lodge protests against the Waqf Amendment Bill 2025. They clearly stated that they will be voting against it. It is very important to note that the sources within the alliance partners of the NDA stated to NDTV that all are on board, specifically to the TDP, LJP, JDU. They had been saying that they are with the government on Waqf Amendment Bill 2025 because the key amendments that were suggested by the TDP and JDU have been enrolled in the new and the bill that would be introduced tomorrow after the Joint Parliamentary Committee submitted its report to the Lok Sabha Speaker. But a fiery session, very heated debates and arguments is something that is expected tomorrow in the Lok Sabha for 8 hours, which the time had been given for the discussion, for consideration and passing of the Waqf Amendment Bill 2025.
Right, the University of Hyderabad Students' Union announced an indefinite protest and boycott of classes from Tuesday, demanding the removal of police personnel and earth-moving machinery from the campus. Urging the students and teachers to join the protest on campus and boycott classes, the Students' Union, in a joint statement with other student associations, accused the university administration of betraying the students. The statement alleged that the university administration facilitated clearing activities for the state government on 400 acres of land abutting the University of Hyderabad in Kancha, Gachibowli.
Protests continued on the campus of the University of Hyderabad on Tuesday as unrelenting students demanded that the Revant Reddy government must withdraw its proposal to take over and put on auction a 400-acre land parcel at Kancha, Gachibowli.
They are destroying this whole greenery campus and building these concrete jungles. And we say in that मासूम जानवरों की लेकर जान तुम सजाते हो अपनी मोहब्बत की दुकान.
Detained students union leaders including me and those students who came here in retaliation in protest were beaten, brutally attacked, brutally beaten up with helmets, lathis. Female students were dragged. They were taken away to different police stations.
Completely a movement driven by the students only. That is our land. That is if you go to the East Campus, if you see this side, they are doing the bulldozering, and that side there is a department. That is our campus. We are fighting for our campus. We are not fighting for any political agenda. Not outside the campus, not inside the campus.
BJP MLAs who tried to visit the university campus were put on house arrest.
Earlier, when Revant Reddy was PCC president, he has protested against the sale of land by then government TRS. There was a huge land being auctioned by then government, and this man as a PCC president fought against them. Even he has given a letter to the CBI to investigate against the land sale. Today this land is being taken away and sold. Tomorrow they will similarly do this with all the university lands or any other private lands or assigned lands.
The ruling Congress says the BRS and BJP are hand in glove. It alleges that the BJP had not protested when the BRS government had allegedly handed over HCU land to private entities.
KTR is talking about HCU. He is the man who handed over hundreds of acres of land to his Benami, Rameshwar Rao. My home, Vihanga, high-rise building has been erected there. That is the pure land of HCU. Now KTR, Kishan Reddy and Sanjay has to answer.
ఇది మీకు వినబడతలేదా రాహుల్ గాంధీ గారు నేను అడుగుతా ఉన్నా. పర్యావరణ ప్రేమికులు, దేశ స్థాయిలో రాష్ట్ర స్థాయిలో ఉన్నవాళ్ళు, మేధావులు మౌనంగా ఎందుకున్నారని మేము అడుగుతున్నాం. పిల్లలు అడుగుతున్నారు. మీకేం కనబడట్లేదా?
Contradictory claims and counterclaims on who owns the 400 acres of land at Kancha, Gachibowli, charges and countercharges between the different political parties on who wants to auction land and sell it off. And beyond all this politics, the ultimate question of whether economic development of an IT park to create jobs will have to necessarily come at an ecological cost. In Hyderabad, with camera person Nagraju, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.
The Karnataka government has raised the Karnataka sales tax rate diesel from 18.4% to 21.17% effective from today. This tax hike has resulted in 2 rupees per litre increase in diesel prices across the state. Diesel prices in Karnataka will increase after the state government hiked the sales tax. A CAG report on vehicular air pollution in Delhi was tabled by Chief Minister Rekha Gupta earlier today. Report said that air pollution in the national capital has been aggravated by several lapses in its pollution control mechanisms, including irregularities in the issuance of PUC certificates and poor enforcement of pollution control measures. But the big question is, will things change?
A choking capital, yet another CAG report. This one on the severity of the crisis. The audit exposes major gaps in pollution control measures, highlighting Delhi's ongoing air quality management failures. The report tabled in the Delhi Assembly points to the failure of multiple agencies in curbing pollution. As expected, the report sparked a heated political blame game. Opposition members walked out in protest.
पक्ष को केजरीवाल जी को ऊपर से फोन आ जाता है कि वो मेरे कच्चे चिट्ठे खोल रहे हैं और तुम सामने बैठ के सुन रहे हो। केजरीवाल जी यमुना की सफाई के नाम से भी सारा पैसा खा गए। अरविंद केजरीवाल जी कूड़ों को पहाड़ हटाने के नाम से भी सारा पैसा खा गए। अरविंद केजरीवाल जी बस से नई इलेक्ट्रिक लाने के नाम पर भी सारा पैसा खा गए और कंस्ट्रक्शन के स्कूलों के नाम पर भी पैसा खा गए।
हम ये कहना चाह रहे हैं कि ये गंदी राजनीति, हम कहते हैं कल चर्चा कराओ, हम चर्चा में भाग लेंगे, हम दूध का दूध पानी का पानी करेंगे आपके सामने। लेकिन इस तरह से सीएजी के रिपोर्ट के आड़ में अपनी नकारापन को भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार छुपा रही है, हम ये छुपने नहीं देंगे।
The latest CAG report flags lapses in checking vehicular pollution, lack of data on polluting vehicles, lack of real-time information on pollution. The report pointed out that over 1 lakh vehicles were found to be flouting pollution norms. The report also highlights alarming levels of water pollution in the Yamuna River, blaming unchecked industrial discharge and untreated sewage. It states that over 50% of wastewater treatment plants in Delhi are either underperforming or non-functional.
The BJP today tabled the 8th CAG report against the previous government. Now, these central audit bodies report has been one of the key planks on which the BJP fought and won the Delhi election. But the real question now is that whether these CAG reports will bring actual change for the people of Delhi, or will it be buried under the political back and forth. Now, with Malvika Murli and camera person Rakesh Singh, this is Ishka Verma for NDTV.
21 people were killed and 5 others injured after a blast at a firecracker warehouse led to a blaze and collapse of the building in Gujarat's Banaskantha district today. The unit was meant to store firecrackers. PM expressed grief over the death. PM has announced ex gratia of 2 lakh rupees to the next of the king of each of the deceased. The injured would be given 50,000 rupees. Former Chhattisgarh Chief Minister and Congress leader Bhupesh Baghel has been named as one of the accused in the FIR filed by CBI in connection with the Mahadev betting app case. The FIR that has now been made public was filed in 2024. 21 accused have been named in FIR, including app promoters Saurabh Chandrakar and Ravi Uppal. A ground report now from Bangkok, still dealing with the aftermath of the massive earthquake. The number of dead is now at 18 as a probe is underway into the under construction building that collapsed, trapping many. It was being built by a Chinese firm. Now reports suggest that substandard steel bars were used in the construction.
More than 100 hours of the tragedy that struck Bangkok on Friday, and the rescue workers are lined up here. They have been working to find the first survivor, that elusive first survivor from this wreckage that you can see in the distance. You can see some international rescue workers also lined up here. They're trying their best to extract the bodies. So far today, they have confirmed that they have located 12 bodies, but they have not been able to pull them out because it's too difficult to get to them. It's too dangerous to get to them. But these are the brave rescue workers who keep going in to find that first alive person that has not been located so far. Authorities have been telling us in the last 2 days that it's difficult to find that first alive person, and one senior personnel also told us that it will be almost impossible to find anyone alive now that it's been 5 days. But they keep on looking. The governor just a few hours ago told that they will keep on looking for days to come. They can keep on looking for at least 10 more days. And they said that it's normal to find people alive in this situation after 7 days. But experts have been telling that 3 days is what the crucial limit was to find the people alive. We are way past that. The chances of survival are almost minimal now. You can say it's zero now. but they are continuing to track this. They are continuing to use the latest equipment. They have the technology at their hand. They have the international support. People from Israel, people from US Army, US Special Forces are there. People from New Zealand are also here. Sniffer dogs are here. They have all the technology at their hand to pull this off, but they haven't had any luck. And also there is another angle of the Chinese state corporation that could be behind making of this faulty steel that resulted in the crumbling of that structure that used to be a 33-story building, which is now just a pile of wreckage, trapping underneath it at least 70 people, which is the official count. But some people have told us, multiple people have told us that it could be 300 to 400 people actually who are trapped underneath that rubble. Officially, it has not been confirmed, but at the same time, there's also the angle of migrant workers here. Most of the people trapped underneath that rubble are supposedly people from Myanmar, which is the neighboring country, one of the poorest countries in Asia, probably the world. So that is also one angle to be looked at, that how many of the people killed here would be from the country of Myanmar, which itself is bearing the brunt of the magnitude 7.7 earthquake, which has so far killed about 2,700 people only in Myanmar.
Moving to another story now, the stock market slumped today, dragged down by the heightened uncertainty about US President Donald Trump's reciprocal tariffs. Sensex crashed 1,400 points. President Trump plans to roll out a set of reciprocal tariffs on 2nd of April, which he says will be Liberation Day for the US. Though many details are still unclear, including what exactly will happen on Liberation Day. However, speaking to the media regarding India, he hinted at a major win, saying India will soon drop its tariffs substantially.
I think a lot of them will drop their tariffs because, they've been unfairly tariffing the United States for years. And if you look at the European Union on cars, the European Union already dropped their tariff down to 2.5%. It was announced a couple of days ago, which is what which is a very small tariff. The United States charged very little. And I think I heard that India just a little while ago is going to be dropping its tariffs very substantially. And I said, why didn't somebody do this a long time ago?
Chinese President Xi Jinping exchanged congratulatory messages with President Draupadi Murmu on the 75th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between China and India. Xi Jinping emphasized the need for closer cooperation between the two nations. He described their relationship as a dragon-elephant tango, symbolizing a harmonious partnership between the emblematic animals. President Murmu said that the stable, predictable and amicable relations are mutually beneficial. She said that the neighbors should find ways to coexist peacefully and that he was ready to deepen communication and coordination in major international affairs and jointly safeguard peace in border areas.